another paint party. We're going to do a reverse dip today, but I'm not going to use the dessert cup as I typically do. I've decided to try the puddle pour technique. It's supposed to be easy, but you know, if you are new at this, you know that nothing that looks easy is ever as easy as it looks. I'm saying that because this is my second attempt to try and make this look the way I want it to. I know what some of the issues are. I'm trying to remedy some of them, and hopefully this goes a lot better this time. We have a 10-inch by 10-inch stretch canvas. We have a coat of white on it. The other colors, I will tell you what I can about them in the description. Several of them are custom colors. That's something that I have gotten to be fond of doing because I can't afford to buy all the different colors that they have out there. You've heard of starving artists, right? Well, I fit the bill. Anyway, this is a party, right? So let's get started with having some fun with this. I always give my introduction close to the camera, and there's a pause there because I'm walking around to my position for creating. So here we go. Part of the issue was that I'm pouring out of these little cups because my custom colors or colors that I don't have any bottles for are in these little cups, and it's really, really hard, even though it's easier than pouring out of those the cups that I typically use. It's still hard, especially if you have a lot of paint in the thing. So let's hope that I do better this time with controlling the flow. I'm gonna take it a little slow because that was part of the issue, was way too much paint. And controlling how much and all that noise. So let's see how we do. Another thing that I'm going to do differently than I typically do with these reverse dips is today I'm going to be adding some greenery around it. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I just never did. You get into a rut, I guess, or a habit. That's not something I really want to do, though. I don't want to get caught up in doing the same thing all the time. That's boring for you and me. Though I know there are some artists out there that have mastered certain techniques and that's all they do, and they still have lots of views and lots of followers. So, you know, maybe you all don't get bored of it, but it would be boring to me to do the same techniques all the time. Same colors. I see people getting caught up in doing the same colors all the time, and that would just be so boring to me. I'm all about the colors. Variety. Let's see. trying to keep this more symmetrical than I did last time. It's not going to be perfect, and as I have said before, Mother Nature's not perfect, so I don't know why any of us expect to produce a flower that looks, you know, completely symmetrical and perfect, because most flowers are not perfectly symmetrical and perfect. Nature is not that way. Not unless it was produced, you know, man-made. And those aren't my favorite. I enjoy the differences, the imperfections that make nature. I appreciate that. And since I'm not perfect, let's see, this is where I was going to try doing it with the stick. That's not going to be a good technique either, so I'm just going to have to take my time. I had a lot of trouble with this one last time. I'm going to actually have to get up and walk around the whole thing to get this where it won't be slopped all over and too much. That was a little bit too much. Okay. That was better than so far. Not too bad. Don't want to miss one. Okay. I wish I had enough bottles to have all my colors in bottles. That would be so awesome. And not only do I not have the bottles, but I don't have anywhere that I could put the bottles if I had them. I live in a one-bedroom apartment, and space is a challenge. I don't know what that was. Okay. I watch these other artists that do YouTube, and I have to admit I'm quite envious. You know, they've got the perfect setup, they've got all the colors, they, you know, have all the different kinds of mediums and, you know, all this stuff. I don't have the money for all that kind of thing. I wish I did. One technique that I would like to try is the bloom technique that everybody's so crazy about. But to be honest, I just don't have the money to go out and buy all, you know, more products, you know, that I'm not using already. And having to replenish, you know, because I'll still have to buy this stuff, you know, for the other techniques. And the sealants are a big deal. I mean, none of the varnishes that are any good and epoxy resin is very expensive. So, you know, if you, yeah, you got you a nice painting, you paid for all that stuff, but then you got to pay quite a bit to have something to seal it with. Now, I am very much aware that our petals are not the same size, and that's something that I really try hard to make happen when I'm doing the dessert cup technique. But with having to pour out of these cups and stuff, this is not easy getting it to be the same. So hopefully it's still going to turn out looking decent. Move my paint around a little bit, see if that helps it a little. Another thing that seemed the issue was I used a napkin, which I typically do, but it was so wet and so hard to handle, and it just seemed there was way too much paint left on the canvas after the dip. And it puddled up in the middle. So we're gonna hope that that's not gonna happen this time. Whoops. Don't know if that's gonna make a deal. I'll just dip my finger in it. There we go. I don't get a whole heck of a lot of views, and I don't have that many subscribers, so I sure hope that some of you that are watching this will consider subscribing. I'm really working hard at trying to be consistent with uploading and coming up with something different, you know, entertaining. And I just hope that you guys can appreciate it and will help, you know, support me in being able to keep doing these, because as I said, financially I'm having some issues, and I'm not going to, you know, be able to keep doing this if I don't get any support at all for my efforts. I love doing the painting, you know, and that's an expense in itself, but it's worth it when you have others who are appreciating what you're doing. And I would like others to learn from me as well. You know, I have a teaching spirit. Let's put one little bit. I guess we're going to finish it up with some more of this bright color here. Okay, now let's go for the middle. Okay, now for the greenery around the edges. I am going to use a stick, I believe, for this maybe. Put a little more of this dark green. Didn't expect that much light to come out that time, so let's put a little more of the dark. Okay. Got quite a bit of space there. I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to go for it. You know, because putting on the napkin is going to change this. It's not going to look like that. Don't have quite as much on here, I don't think. All right. Okie doke. Time to get the napkin ready. Let's see what my sides look like. Not too bad. Slopped it up a little bit. I'll fix them completely, you know, after we're done, but I don't want that to dry on there. Okay. It's wetting our paper towel. We're going to use a paper towel instead of a napkin this time. Still going to spray it. Okay. Alrighty. I'll lay this down and then bring it over. Paper towel's not quite as big as the napkin, but it's a lot thicker. I don't really see any air bubbles, so I think it's all right. Now it's time to see what we got. Let's pull it up. It's collapsed on me. Okay. Here we go. Grab it, hold. Slowly. Okay. Let's give it a minute. See what it's going to do. This is my favorite part. You never know exactly how it's going to turn out because it never stays, you know, how it looks when you first pull the napkin off. I guess I can start doing some of the cleanup while this is doing. And when I mean cleanup, I mean cleanup of my edges and stuff like that. Places on the canvas where the paint is kind of thinned out, stuff like that. We want our paint to be the same consistency everywhere, not a place where you can tell the paint was gone or, you know, got whatever. Let's see. My poor little torch has been worked to death with all the resin stuff I've been doing lately. I wonder it works at all. don't know what the issue is. It's not, these paints were not thin paints. So, I mean, the way it's behaving, I mean, that's the way it appears to me anyway. And if you got a better idea about what's, you know, causing these effects, you know, what we have here. I mean, it looks very white. It looks like there was too much white. All the colors just got sucked up, or I don't know, you know. It's just, I mean, it's not ugly or anything, but we've got a lot of white still. Kind of taking over everything. I thought about doing a black background, which I do quite often because I like it. I like the way it looks, but I wasn't sure that it would work well with this, with the greenery. So that's why I chose to stick with the white, and I'm not sure if that was a good decision. Might have been better off doing the black. I don't know. I won't know unless I ever try it, I guess, or unless one of you guys, you know, fill me in on whether you've done it and if it would make a difference with the greenery not looking right, you know, because with the black background. The only paintings I've seen anybody do with the greenery like this was with a white background, so that's why I wasn't just not sure how it would do. Well, what do you guys think? I mean, it's not the ugliest thing I ever I mean, it's pretty, but it's very abstract. Very abstract. It doesn't have as much, it's not as big as I expected. We have a lot of greenery, and it's very blurry looking. I don't know, I might do some touch up, you know, with an actual tool of some sort, a brush or something, and make this more distinct. I probably will do that, but I'm not going to do that on camera, so I'm going to just take down the camera and give you all a close-up and let you see it as it is now. And I will do some embellishment on there. I know I'm going to, because I'm not crazy about how that green turned out. It doesn't have any real lacing or anything, and so therefore it's not so great. But our flower has some nice lacing. So it turned out pretty. It's pretty. Definitely organic looking, because as I said, you know, Mother Nature does not make, you know, everything symmetrical, everything the same size. So, you know, these petals here are all bigger than those on the other side. But hanging, you know, depending on how you hang it and all that kind of thing, it could, you know, be very, very pretty. I mean, the details with the lacing and stuff are pretty nice. And the middle's not so bad either. So it could have gotten more lacing in the middle. That would have been nice. I don't really see very little there. But I'm going to wrap it up for now, you guys. I will do my embellishments, and that will probably be the picture that I will post you know, for the thumbnail. But I won't actually record anything at, you know, and add it on here. I don't think that anybody's that concerned with seeing it, seeing how this turned out. Please, you guys, those who watch this, please give me a like and a comment, share with others, and please consider subscribing. I hope that you're all having a good day, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye-bye.